Today we're doing another video of how I play them, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's what I'll call this. I don't know. I should have thought a name before the first two. But anyway, I wanted to discuss a bit more about how I play certain heroes and just give you a deck list idea. Today we're going to be doing Wolverine, who is a pretty popular hero. There's some really good decks out for Wolverine, but I feel like a lot of people play Wolverine in aggression, which isn't bad, but I still think protection Wolverine is best Wolverine. So I want to explain what I have going on in the deck. I want to explain what my strategy is and everything about that. And if you want the deck list, it will be down below in the description. So let's jump over the table and look over all the cards first. All right, so we have all of Wolverine's cards over here. We'll go through allies first. Again, we're just using Polaris and Armor. I like Armor as a cheap kind of just ally to get out there to help you block a little bit. Because even though Logan wants to take damage or Wolverine wants to take damage, you don't want to take too much damage all the time. And sometimes it's a big hit and you know, it's good to just have a blocker out there. Polaris is great to give somebody a tough status, especially if you don't want to take too much damage, right? This is a way to help stop that. We have Professor X, Colossus, Forge, and Nick Fury. Nick Fury you could swap out with a different ally if you want, but just his card draw I think can help a lot, or making a final push I think helps a lot. Forge is always great, again, to get a cheap ally out there. Also, you look for an X-Men or X-Force support card, which can help. Professor X is great for thwarting, right? We're going to need that extra help with thwarting, and then readying up Logan as well. And then Colossus we have, because I just really like pulling off fastball special is what it really comes down to. I think this is a fun card with total damage. You can make your damage 3 and 3, right? Colossus has 3 and then Wolverine can get 3. So you could be a 1 for 6 damage card, which could be fun. It doesn't always work out that way, but it's kind of nice. So right here are kind of the two most important event cards or sets of event cards in your hand, really. So we have 3 What Doesn't Kill Me, which does use the fist requirement, which is fine, but you heal 2 damage from your hero to ready your hero. We want to ready up Logan to attack, and we want to help heal because we're using our life as a resource. Then Momentum Shift will let us heal 2 damage from our hero to deal another 2 damage. Again, mainly it's there to help us heal because we're going to be using our life as a resource a lot. Med Team I have there, again, to heal up some more just in case we need it. You could switch out Med Team with other supports or other cards that would interest you more, but this is just in case, you know, sometimes people get a little overzealous with the amount of damage Wolverine takes and, you know, inflicting upon yourself. So that's why that's there. Night Nurse, I like to just make sure I get... like if I have a stun status or confused status myself, it's a way to just get rid of it. I don't care about the healing aspect. I just want to get rid of the status card from myself. Utopia is great. Now, again, Utopia and Nick Fury don't really line up well. So this is where you could make the argument that you would take Nick Fury out, or you switch Utopia with something else, like a team building or something like that. Maybe not team building, but some other card. You could switch this out, but I wanted to show both of these. They can work both in the same exact deck because, again, you're not really using Nick Fury to stay out there for a long time. You're kind of just like using him once and getting rid of him, and all your other allies are X-Men allies. But this is just the rough idea. I would... You don't have to use both. You should probably use one or the other and then just fill in with just an ally you really like or another support that you really like or something like that. Moira, I don't mind Moira for this deck because now and again, if I'm taking too much damage, I am flipping down because I want to get that 6 recovery, which is a huge amount of recovery. But it doesn't happen all the time, but it is nice to get that extra card draw when you pop back up. X-Gene, I actually like a fair amount as his resource generator, just in case you're using extra cards and you don't want to keep using life. Again, you don't have to use X-Gene. That's kind of a more debatable one, but I personally like X-Gene. And then Endurance, I like to add more life. We have our doubles. We have Power Protection because, again, these event cards are the most important cards. Then we have our normal doubles, and then we have all of our regular cards. All right, so as far as strategy, Wolverine I do like as a rush type hero, right? I'm trying to be as aggressive as possible with Wolverine. There's not a ton of build out. Any build out I do is very small amounts, right? Maybe it's getting Mortar out there right away or Utopia or something like that, but it's nothing too crazy, generally speaking, because he could just be so aggressive so quickly. So let's pop back down to the table and let's show what an opening hand could look like. All right, so let's talk a bit about what we're looking for in our opening hand while I shuffle the cards so you don't think I just stacked the deck. But with Wolverine, when we get the claws out right away, again, exhaust Wolverine's claws to choose an attack event in your hand and take damage equal to its printed cost. We're probably not using it all the time, but we're using a fair amount. We do want to get to his cards pretty quickly and pretty early on. As far as Wolverine's side, you get to heal 2 damage, which is super helpful. It's super nice to have. So that's kind of the other thing that we're really doing, right? We're playing with his health a lot. And this is why a lot of people will say they want to use aggression because of the attack events. It lets you use his Wolverine claws more often, but I find it to be that I use them then too much, and then I kind of get in trouble. So that's why I kind of go with protection and focus more on healing, because you'll get your aggressive cards. You don't have to worry about that. All right, so let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We drew 6 cards at random. So regenerative healing, Colossus, Berserker Barrage, momentum shift, double. Okay, so our 2 momentum shifts we're probably not going to use right away. Actually, we could. We would keep 1, use a green double, and use Berserker Barrage. We get rid of momentum, regenerative healing, and Colossus. I would like Colossus, but just not right now. So we dump those 3. I like the idea of those 3. 1, 2, 3. Logan's Cabin. Ooh, interesting. So, for example, with this now, we could throw away a med team to play Logan's Cabin. We could use Logan's Cabin to get regenerative healing, especially if we need to discard a stun or, stun and confuse status card, or just need to heal up later on a lot. We could do that. So that allows us to do that. We could flip up, and then right away we'd be super aggressive, right? Use Wolverine's Claws to play Berserker Barrage, dealing 4 damage to an enemy. If it defeated this enemy, I could take 2 damage to do 4 more, but we already took 2 damage. Then we could use a green double to play momentum shift. So now we heal back that 2, and we're doing 2 more damage, and then we could swing for another 2. So even if we didn't destroy anyone in the beginning, we're looking at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage on turn 1 without even really trying, right? And on most villains on stage 1, if you're playing standard, that's like probably half their health right there, taken out pretty quickly. Now we have no blockers, but we are essentially at full life at this point. So if we got hit for, whatever amount, let's just say we took 4 damage that turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just say we took 4 damage. We would heal back up 2 because of our special ability, and our next set of cards would, all right, Lunging Strike, which is obviously huge, Berserker Barrage. I would actually go with, probably a double and throw away like Berserker to play Polaris. Actually, before we did that, that's not what we would do. We would do Lunging Strike, take the 3 more damage. We deal 8 damage now, and the 8, I think we did 8 last turn we just said, so that's already 16 damage we're up to now. And then we could throw away a double and Berserker Barrage to play Polaris, put a tough stats on ourselves so we're not taking a ton of damage. She can then swing for 2. We can swing for another 2. We hold on to regenerative healing, or we could flip down if we needed to, or we could thwart instead if threat was getting a little crazy. But you can already see in 2 rounds, we've done 16 damage, or actually we did more than 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 damage without even really trying, right? Pretty quick, and we've been able to heal back up already. That the only damage we have is probably the 3 from here, maybe some excess damage, right? Using those cards well with using cards like Momentum Shift or the Ready Up card. What was it called? What Doesn't Kill Me? Obviously, super strong cards can really help you out and make you much stronger. All right, let's say we're getting late game now, right? We're about to flip the villain again. Let's just say they have 1 or 2 life left, and the next stage has 18 life, right? We're just going for something kind of quick and dirty. So shuffle our deck up. We would draw our cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We would be able to heal 2 on the start of our turn. We have our extra 4 hit points. We have a +1 attack. We have piercing, which is really nice. So we have armor just in case 2. And then we have What Doesn't Kill Me, Lunging Strike, double. Oh my gosh, this hand's crazy already. Okay. So for example, what we could do is we could ping the damage, let's say with armor. Or if they have like 2 life left, we could do Wolverine and deal 3 damage, right? Something pretty simple. Knock them out into the next stage. Then we could, when the next stage comes up, we could do a damage with armor, let's just say, get them down to 17 life. We could use Wolverine's Claws to play Lunging Strike, which does 8 damage, right? So that brings us down to, they have 9 health left. And then we could use a double red to play What Doesn't Kill Me, which allows us to ready up. It will also heal us too. And then we can swing for another 3. So now they're down to like 4 life left or whatever, right? You can see how pretty quickly that can escalate. If they only had 1 life in the beginning, it'd be a little bit stronger of a hand. We could do a little bit more. And then we have Professor X and What Doesn't Kill Me left. I'd probably dump X. Hopefully be able to survive with whatever hits coming on next, and then get 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with this hand, there's enough to ready up. There's enough to do some interesting things here. So, for example, we could, let's see, how would we do this? So what we could do the next hand, if let's say we survived and we only have a little bit of life left, and we don't have a ton of life left, we could just do 3 damage. We could use 2 cards, including one of them being a fist resource, to heal back up 2, and then ready our hero, which allows us to, exhaust again. And then we could use Wolverine's claws to then use slice and dice, hopefully have enough, have like 4 life left, and be able to do 3 damage and then another 3 damage on top of it. So that'd be like kind of the rough idea of what I'm looking at later stage in the game. Honestly, it doesn't look much different than what the beginning stage of the game looks like. We're just trying to get certain key upgrades out. I feel Adamantium's skeleton, I think, is a huge card that you absolutely want out there. I think it's really good. Endurance can be good. It's not super necessary, but it could be nice, especially in the game. Berserker Frenzy can be really nice. X-Gene isn't bad. You saw a lot of times I had 1 card left over in my hand. X-Gene would help balance that out quite a bit because there's a lot of 2-cost cards here, which can kind of sting. And then Night Nurse isn't necessary, but it would be nice. But you can see, to build out our board wouldn't take that many cards. With something like this, I mean, we're really strong then. We're in a really great position at this point. So hopefully you like this kind of walkthrough of, again, how I play Wolverine. This isn't necessarily the best way to play Wolverine. This isn't the only way to play Wolverine. This is how I have been playing him recently and how I've been enjoying him. But let me know. Let me know how you've been playing Wolverine. Let me know your favorite ways to play the hero. I'm kind of always interested in hearing that stuff. I think it's fascinating. I think it's pretty cool. And if you like this video, do me a huge favor. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. All that stuff really helps out. And if there's another hero you want me to cover, let me know. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll be happy to talk a bit about them.